Welcome back, everyone. So another quick update video. Have not done any more assembly than my last video because mainly I've been waiting on this to get finished at the machine shop for the second time. So big picture lesson learned: always machine your components before you go out and buy parts for them. And I think I've stated this before, but as of the filming of this video, you cannot get undersized main bearings for a, but you can get 10 and 20 thousandths undersized rod bearings. So the rod drillers really were, they still had a couple like nicks in them from just the tractor sitting. So I had them ground 10 under, and it was waiting like 3 weeks for that. But really happy now that this is back. And then in the interim, while I was waiting for the crankshaft to come back, I had the great idea to start working on the governor and get the shaft all tore apart so I could get to that bearing, which I'm pretty sure it has to come off that way, but that's neither here nor there at this point. And I did not have a torch with me at the time to heat this gear off of this shaft, because everything on this shaft, at least to my knowledge, is all press fit, and it's a very tight press fit. So you really need to like get the gear glowing cherry red, and then you can press the shaft out of it no problem. Well, in my impatience, I decided to put this whole thing into like a little toaster oven and maybe warm it all up, and then I can just beat the shaft off. Not a big deal, right? It kind of shows up on the bottom side down in here, but while I was beating on it, I swelled this shaft on the end and I got that geared about here, and I couldn't get it off anymore. I was like, well, crap. So I went to a friend's place and used his press and his torch, heated up the gear, as you can see, got the gear off, but this is no longer a press fit. And I don't know how well it'll show up, but I swelled the center of the gear. Yeah, there's a better angle. Sorry for all the moving around. So yeah, I basically junked this gear. So, lesson learned there: be more patient, take your time. If you don't have a torch, go borrow one, go to a place that has one. Don't try to like cobble something together. But anyway, I was getting the mag rebuilt at that same time too. Everything was going great until I somehow managed to lose the points on my workbench of stuff. So, spent like 30 minutes to an hour probably tearing apart my whole workbench trying to find the points. Couldn't find them. Bit the bullet, just ordered another set of points. Kind of sad, but it is what it is. I'm not going to spend a day looking for $20 in parts. Also have this spacer to go back in the mag. I'd forgotten all about it, and once I got it all assembled, like you saw back in that previously, realized I'd forgotten that, so now I gotta take it all back apart, put that in there. But not a big deal. Among other things, I didn't put on the tractor and try to run it. Oh, and I gotta rewind the impulse spring because it's not very tight. It's not snapping like it should. So maybe next week I'll get the crankshaft thrown in, because I have some other stuff going on this week that I won't be able to work on this tractor. So hopefully maybe next week this area will be full of crankshaft, block, head, connecting rod, and pistons. But we shall see. Thank you all for tuning in, and hope to see you next time. Bye.